Hey everyone, it's Fabulous TV. Today I want to talk to you about something I've struggled with since I was a baby pretty much. I suffered from anxiety and depression since I was 14 years old. And when I was 20 years old, 20 or 21 I think, I started having panic attacks. It's not been the easiest road for me because I was a preemie. I weighed 1 pound and 4 ounces when I was born and I was tiny. I actually have a picture of my dad with his hand beside me. My parents had me when they were 21. They've been together since they were 13 years old, and they've been married for quite a long time now because I'm almost 25 years old. But when I was born early, my granny would tell my mom that I was shaking, and my mom just thought I was cold, so she would say, "Oh, she's just cold." My granny would say, "That's her nerves. That's the baby's nerves." And then when I was 14, as I got like about 8 years old, I started getting boobs. And I was probably 70 pounds soaking wet and was probably 4'6". I'm only 4'11" now. And by the time I got to 5th grade, I was a C, and I had already started my period when I was 11 years old. And that's something that I really did struggle with. I think it's really prone in preemie girls to have bigger boobs. I'm not sure. I think it's something they use when we're born. Maybe steroids or hormones or something. I'm not sure. But now I'm in I don't really want to say, and I'm actually in a 34 triple D F bra. I can't really find them to fit around me, so I have to get like a 36 double D. And when I was in school, I always got teased, and people would say, "Oh, your boobs are fake, you stuff your bra, da da da," and I was so embarrassed because I was in 5th grade, and from 5th grade to 8th grade, I had the biggest breasts out of the whole school. And then as I got older, I got more comfortable with having bigger breasts, I guess you could say, and, but I just got comfortable with it because I embraced them. I guess that's what I had to do because I knew I couldn't change them unless I got a reduction, of course. And I just learned to love my body for what God gave me because I'm just lucky to be in the world pretty much. My mom had preeclampsia when I was born. She gained 90 pounds of water, and she had me when she was 26 weeks, barely 26 weeks. But when I got 14, I had a little boyfriend, my first little boyfriend, it wasn't nothing, like what goes on today with kids having sex and babies at like 14. It was just, innocent or whatever, but me and him had broken up, and after that, shortly after that, I had a seizure. It was what they called a grand mal seizure, where your body like postures up and your eyes roll back in your head. It was one of the scariest things, that I've ever went through, because after I had the seizure, I didn't know what had happened, and I couldn't remember things, And then I haven't had a seizure since I was 14, so that's 10 years that I haven't had one. But when I was 19 or so, I was diagnosed. No, actually, I was 17, 18. Actually, I asked my doctor the other day when I first started seeing her, and that was in 2005. In 2005, I was 17 years old, I believe, because I started school a year late. Because my mom thought I would have, some kind of like learning disability where I was preemie, but I never did. I was actually really smart in school. And when I was 16 or so, I taught myself HTML and just how to work on computers and electronics and things like that. So, but anyways, when I was 17, I was diagnosed with anxiety and depression. And when I had the seizure, they couldn't find anything at all wrong with my brain. They said it was my nerves. But that's something I've struggled with for a long, long time. I've been on medication since I was 17 years old. They've switched it. I've been in and out of hospitals trying to get my medicine straightened out. And when I was 21, I started having real bad panic attacks. The first time I ever had one, I literally felt like I was going to die. And I felt like I was having a heart attack. My heart was racing. I had just this cold sweat, and I was just, it was a very, very scary thing. I have almost passed out from them, but I haven't, luckily, and I'm really glad that I haven't. But my fiance has really helped with my anxiety and depression because, with having that, I did have low self-esteem and low self-confidence, but he has really helped me because when I was younger, yes, I'm going to admit, I looked for happiness in men. Well, most boys would break up with me, and I would begin to think that, oh, there's something wrong with me, why don't they want to be with me? But in 2011, I had finally got happy being, by myself, and just, I don't know, it was a good time in my life. And then I met my fiance, and we just met out of the blue. I wasn't trying to meet the boy or my husband, whatever. It just kind of happened, and I think that's the best way to find your true love. Because love doesn't, you can't find true love. Sorry, I don't know how to put this. Love, you don't go looking for love. Love comes to you when you're ready for it, and when God sees you're ready for it. Yes, I'm religious. I'm saved, and I'm a Christian. So, sorry if any of y'all don't like that. But yeah, he's really helped me. I've come off a lot of my medications, but yet I've had to be put on more medications because of my panic attacks. I'm not going to disclose to you what kind of medicine I'm on because that's just a personal thing. But recently my panic attacks have gotten worse. I went from having one every other 2 or 3 days to having 2 or 3 every other day, and it's really scary. Like, it'll just be at the most random places ever. Like, I was at the racetrack with my fiance a while back, and just all of a sudden, I was just sitting there reading, and it just came over me. And then my fiance had to referee a ball game. He's a sports official. And I was just sitting there in my own, just nothing at all bothered me, and then I had a panic attack. And it was just so, so scary. But the way I deal with that is, you gotta think you are not going to die. It's just a panic attack. It's just your nerves. But yeah, I've learned to cope with things better than I used to. Like, you just gotta look at things differently and be positive and know that, you're not crazy. It's just, you have a chemical imbalance in your brain, which doesn't make you retarded or mentally impaired or anything like that. It's just happened. You just have to accept it and do the best you can. So I'm sorry I've rambled throughout this whole video, but I will see you guys later. If you have anything y'all want me to talk about, just comment below and subscribe. See you guys later.